Shalom. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Racha HaKodash, Yahweh being the true, powerful, and almighty name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, and his only begotten Son's name is Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. That's their proper names in the Paleo Hebrew and the Lashon Kodash, okay? Of course, Bahashem Racha HaKodash, meaning in the name of this Holy Spirit. Alright, Racha is spirit, Ha is the, and Racha, in Kodash means holy, okay? So, that's, of course, who we come through. Alright, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bahashem Racha HaKodash, alright? Of course, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutation to all the sincere Achim, alright, the brothers, alright, that are sincerely seeking Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, well, Akwathim, alright, the sisters that are seeking Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Of course, the brothers that's doing this work, being diligent, making their call and election sure, alright. I'm the brother Mappa from Great Millstone, playing tables camp located here in Babal, which is America, and it's a place of all confusion, and through this place we have so much that has been spread as an epidemic. These drugs, all right, these drugs that kill, take people's lives and such. People give themselves over to them, and it's just Satan, the devil, which the so-called white man is the devil, all right, the Bible speaks of, all right, which the word devil itself, it just means, it comes from the Latin word diablos, which means deceiver, and shaitan, or Satan, all right, Hebrew is shaitan, Satan is the adversary, okay, that's what it means, all right, and that's what the so-called white man is, all right, he's the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, okay, on the earth, okay, so, through him, since the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, which, the Lord had created, of course, certain people, a certain nation to be the wicked, and they, of course, have been given the dominion right now, pursuant to, of course, Job 9:24, for the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. They are perpetuating all of their philosophies, and a lot of people have took to these vices and such, and it's been destroying them. So let's get into the article. Without further ado, this is off of ITV report, and it says mother watching opioids kill son in U.S. city, where 100 of the 100,000 residents each year die from the drug. All right, so when you go into it, opioids, I believe, are painkillers. All right, let me get it just to be 100% sure. All right, opium or opioid, the opium-like compound that binds to one or more of the three opioid receptors of the body. All right, and that's it. All right. For medical, it says opioids are substances that act on the opioid receptors to produce a morphine-like effects. It says medically, they are primarily used for pain relief, including anesthesia. Other medical uses include suppression of diarrhea, replacement therapy for opioid use disorder. All right, they'll use other opioids to try to get you off of the other ones. It's just ridiculous. All right. It says the U.S. is the grip of the opioid epidemic, with the drugs killing tens of thousands of Americans each year. It says the drug problem is so extreme. Manchester, New Hampshire, that in a city with population of 100,000, the synthetic heroin, okay, which is another drug, all right, which is an opioid, right? It says a highly addictive anesthetic drug derived from morphine, often used illicitly for a not narcotic, producing euphoria, all right, or euphoria, all right, Slocky, all right. It says it's killing almost 100 users per year. All right. It says attending opioid cases in the U.S. city has become a familiar routine of the emergency services, with firefighters now attending more overdoses than fires. It says trained in administrating Narcan, and that's often firefighters at the firehouse, they don't have much to do, so they respond to these. Okay, it's a big thing here in the states, in the city of Philadelphia, where I'm currently am. All right, it says when we're dealing with just heroin, people were overdosing. All right, which we can go into overdosing the term so we can have better understanding. It says excessive and a dangerous dose of drug. All right, so dangerous, it could take you. It says, but I hate to say it, it was almost manageable. All right, Danny Gordon, the city's fire chief, explained. He continued, but once synthetic opioids came in, it was a control that when we hit the crisis, because we were just dealing with death all the time. All right, you got all these drug addicts. You go to respond to it. You see to the scene. And you see the person out overdosed and all, and that's it. He's fucking it done. All right. It says in the bid to help tackle the crisis, all of Manchester's fire stations have declared safe spaces, meaning addicts can walk in, register for help, and enroll with a rehab program. It says, and they do. All right. It says, and these weed programs, they're bullshit. A lot of these people, they get in these weed programs. They use the methadone and Suboxone, and it's just a vicious cycle. All right, it doesn't even fix the problem. All right. So I'm gonna go on and read. It says she recalled one day in May 2017 when she had emergency services at her house 3 or 4 times to help her son, who had survived multiple overdoses. It says, I've seen him die and be revived. These people who use these drugs, they just keep using them. They won't, they're not afraid of death, really. It says she described the effects of opioids on users as the death of the spirit. It says the death of a person. All right, they said the addiction take over and the behavior of the person. The behavior is not the person you knew since before they were born and loved since before they were born. It's death, and it is death because it's sin. First of all, you're pricking your skin and piercing it. Let me see, marks. And we shouldn't, of course, puncture our skin. We shouldn't, take these syringes and inject them in our flesh. All right, that's against the law, statutes, commandments. All right, Mark. It's a particular precept I'm looking up, but it's very early, and I don't have it on hand. Would like to get it. I'm trying to think of it, but I'll get to it. Just trying to get this done. It's early in the morning here, and got work and all that, so I'm trying to get it. But these people ain't good. All right, the people that that do these drugs, they're not good. All right, so this is Job 4:7, and it reads, "Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off?" All right, so the only person that perished being innocent is Yahweh Shai, the son of the Most High Yahweh. That's his proper name, and Yahweh Shai. All right, the world ignorantly calls God Yahweh. Slaki. The world ignorantly calls Yahweh God, right? Because that's just God is just a title, Slaki, right? For what I uttered way before, because the name is Yahweh. It's a slip of the tongue, and the world ignorantly calls Yahweh Shai. The world ignorantly, who is Yahweh Shai, they call Jesus Christ. All right, Slacky again, like I said, it's real early in the morning, so my thoughts, it's gonna be a wee bit sluggish in this weak flesh. All right, so that's it. But the proper names of the Heavenly Father and His Son is Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. All right, simple as that. All right, and only His Son Yahweh Shai, the Son of Yahweh, was perfect when He walked here on earth in this flesh of Yahweh. All right. Anyway, it goes on, and even so as I've seen they that plow iniquity, right? So people that do sin upon sin and multiple to sin, right? They work iniquity, right? It says, and so wickedness reap the same in what they seek, what they receive, death. Okay. It says, by the blast of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, they perish, and by the breath of His nostrils they are consumed. All right. They're put it, simple as that. Issues of death belong to the Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Simple as that. You can go back to the article. Actually, I'm gonna go hit some wee bit things on Scotland, right? So U.S. epidemic filters through to Scottish street life. It says the effects of street volume in Dundee and other Scottish cities echo the opioid deaths epidemic that has swept through the U.S. in recent years. It says America's opioid crisis have ravaged the heartlands, killing more than 42,000 of people in 2016. It says the Northern Dune life expectancy of 2 years in a row for the first time since influenza epidemic in the early 1960s. It says it has struck in the middle class suburbs of New York City, in the fair-flung farm tunes in Middle America. Nothing attempted by the federal government seemed likely to stem the destruction. All right, and it's very simple. These different pharmaceutical companies, they're not stopping the production of these things. They're still producing it. Because really, their physicians of no value. Okay, they're liars, and they're not really giving healing. All right. All right, so I'm gonna hit some more precepts, and then we just close it pretty soon. So this is because it's a foolish thing, of course, to use drugs. All right. Continue. Let me see. It says opioids are not just an urban problem. Barely any country in any state in the U.S. has escaped a grim influence. It says at the Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center in Lebanon, New Hampshire, just 70 miles away from Manchester, a doctor explained that 1 in 10 babies are born there or have been exposed to opioids in the womb, from their mothers. All right, or basically, really. They believe father too, but go into it. It says just hours after the birth of babies began to experience withdrawal symptoms, shaking, crying uncontrollably, and unable to sleep. All right. It says in a state Donald Trump described a drug-infested den. Doctors say that despite the president's promises, there are no quick fixes, and there definitely isn't. All right. But it's a foolish thing, of course, to getting these opioids. It says so. This is let me see, Slaggy. Let me go read it right here. So it says they explain that addicts it says they explain that addicts are never totally cured, and so the crisis could haunt America for 2 generations more. All right. It says their addicts' brains become rewired. All right. Dr. Allison Holmes, pediatrician. All right. This we hospital has explained. It says so it's something they're going to battle for their lifetime. It says, and I think we as a society need to really be really aware of the figure what we need to help people manage this chronic disease for the next 60 years. All right. It says President Trump first steps in tackling the epidemic include harsher punishment for drug traffickers, including the death penalty, and plans he unrevealed on Monday. All right. It says the 71-year-old called Congress to pass legislation reducing the amounts of drugs needed to trigger mandatory minimum sentences for traffickers who knowingly distribute certain illicit opioids, according to the domestic policy director. But they the one who put this stuff out, making the doses strong and all of that. They control all of that, so they're part of the problem. All right. Anyway, this is Job 5:2. So it's foolish, of course, to touch these drugs. This is Job 5:2. For wrath killeth the foolish man. All right. Which is the anger. All right. Anger of what? The Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. All right. Because he hate wickedness. All right. It says, and envy slayeth the silly one. Okay. It says, that's basically it right there. I mean, I can continue on. Let me see if it's in me. All right, actually, I'm gonna go to 14. Job 5:14. All right, this is Job 5:14. It says, "They meet in darkness in the daytime, and grope in the noonday as in the night." And you have the wicked, people that, of course, that continue to use these drugs and such. They use these drugs, of course, which is darkness. It's void of any righteousness. All right, that's darkness. Okay, isn't it good for you? All right, it says they meet with darkness in the daytime and they grope in the noonday as in the night. So I'm gonna go into the term grope. All right. and I'm gonna go into etymology as well. All right. So for group is mashash. Let's see, mashash. Let me see, a shah, and a shah. Mashash. So it says to group, to feel. All right. And when you see these drug addicts, first of all, first you see them, of course, early in, from when they get up, they're looking for that next fix, feeling a boot, and of course, all the way through tonight, it's something that they kind of get rid of, because that's just one of their addictions. That's their whole life. All right, so let me go into etymology online and go into the word group. Group. All right. Verb. Late English grepen, to feel about, as one blind or in darkness. Also to take hold of. All right, to touch, attain. All right, so when you're in darkness, all right, you're going a bit, kind of see, everything around me and stuff, so that's how these drug addicts are. They're feeling a bit in darkness. They don't even know where the fuck they are. It's pretty plain and stuff. How far gone they are. And they're just defiling their temples. Which this is 1 Corinthians 3:17. It says, if any man defile the temple of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, power, right? Powers, right? Or you have God, right? It says, him shall the power Yahweh Bashem Yahushai destroy. For the temple of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is holy, which temple ye are. So your temple, your body, it should be separate. It's separate. Especially when you come into the truth and such. The Israelites are separate. The Negro, Latino, the American are the Israelites, and they're the Lord's chosen people. So this really is only for you. All right. If you of the elect, you'll listen. You wouldn't go about, doing these drugs and all that. And if you're in that, you gotta come out that, because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is the way. All right, it's a life and all that. But the point being, back in Job 5:14, they meet in darkness, with darkness, in the daytime, and they group, feel a bit in the noontime, as in the night, in the noonday as in the night. So it doesn't matter, what time of day it may be. These fucking drug addicts, they go a bit, just lost. All right. They don't want light either. All right. So, now I'm about to close it pretty soon. This is going to be 1 Corinthians 7:31. And it says, because, we know we're in this world and such, we have to, of course, we use, of course, this world, but not abuse it. But, you're not supposed to use drugs, all right? It says, 1 Corinthians 7:31, it says, and they that use the world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away, which this world is about to get destroyed, all right, through thermonuclear fire, through the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right, the Lord, he predestined this place to be destroyed, Babylon, America, to be destroyed for all its wickedness, all right, and the UK itself and a lot of these different nations, especially Russia, are gonna shoot nukes on America. They're gonna shoot their nukes, and it's gonna bring forth the destruction. All right, and then it's gonna usher in, of course, the salvation of the nation of Israel, of the elect, the chosen of the 144,000, right? 12,000 from each tribe of the nation of Israel, which consists of Negro, Latino, Native American, plus, of course, you got the confusion of face that look like the rest of the heathen and such, right? Which is part of, want you to be part of course, you have the 144,000 prophets, they're men specifically, and you have the 1/3, which, men, women, and children and such, that believe in this truth, all right? They are the 1/3. All right, they're gonna be the remnant that's gonna be saved, because 2/3 of the nation Israel are gonna get cut off. Pursuing on to what's that? Either Zephaniah 13:8, if I'm not mistaken. 2/3 shall be cut off and die. All right. But that's in the prophecy. All right. Salaki, if I got it mixed up, I want to make sure I got that on point. It's Zechariah 13:8. All right, you just read on down, and it shall come to pass that in the line said, Yahweh, 2 parts shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. All right, the third is the elect. All right, the third, the 144,000 prophets, the men, and the rest of the 1/3, men, women, and children, and that believe they're gonna be saved. Simple as that. All right. And that's pretty plain. All right, and they're only Israelites. Okay, they're the only ones that have salvation. Salvation is only for Israel. All right, and you shouldn't be putting things in your flesh and such. All right. This is John, 1 John 2:15. It says, "Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world." It says, "If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him." So if you love this world, which is in this world. This world is in gross darkness, and it has wickedness in there. All right. You shouldn't love this world. You're supposed to love, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai with all your heart, your mind, which is your mind, your strength and all, It's a commandment. It says, "For all that is in this world, the lust of the flesh," It's a fleshly desire to seek opioids, to escape reality and all of that, to cope with reality. That's a false sense of reality. So it's because you're still here. All right. It says, "In the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world." Okay. It says, "In the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, abideth forever." Because you'll be, of course, saved. And, you're going to have righteousness, and righteousness is, of course, has immortality. All right. Righteousness is immortal. All right. And the elect, ultimately they will have that. All right. And they'll be the first ones to receive it. But the things of this world, it's nothing but lust. These desires, wicked desires and such. And you shouldn't use these opioids. So blame America, blame the so-called white man Esau Edom. He's a devil, and he puts this stuff out, and pray that his structure be destroyed pretty soon. All right, that's what we're praying for. That the Lord put him out. All right, very soon. All right, and by the prophecies you can see it. So it's reading again. U.S. epidemic filters through to Scottish street life. All right, it's been spread across the world. All right, and of course, mothers watching opioid kill son in U.S. city, where 100,000 residents each year die from this stroke. All right, so with that, hopefully you're edified and such. You shouldn't put any pricks in your body and all of that, incisions and such. Shoot, I would love to get the precept about, but I'll get it, But with that, I gotta go to work, of course. So, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.